Proverbs 119 talks about people who go after ill-gotten gains, okay, become the walking dead. It takes away the life of all who get them, all who seek them. Okay. Versus Proverbs 28:1, the wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Though nobody of note is telling them to be evil, these people put on a thong and they're evil. We see in history and in stories where women grab daggers and kill themselves rather than accept dishonor. It's part of the difference between a peasant and, who's basically a form of a craftsman or a nerd, whether he's rich or poor or calls himself a king or not, and a true warrior. Okay? These people have done my people the most wrong of any people on the planet. When you consider who the Igbos are, they have the alpha line, at least up until the day that I die, okay, all of humanity. God gave the world to the royal family of the Igbo tribe. And the world went into rebellion. It's like Cain and Abel. And he started killing Igbos. The Nigerian Civil War, the Igbos in Haiti, the millions of Igbos who came to North and South America in the slave trade, the Igbos around the world being abused. Okay? Kira Obi Black Belt, Igbo backwards. We'll go over this time and time again. Obi means king, heart, essence, soul, center, core. It's like, what is the purpose of humanity? What's the point? Pointing the way, right? The one pointing up for this versus the finger pointing down because they're stunned. Okay? The sky, law, king. The heavens declare the glory of God. The Igbo royal family, like the sun, declares the glory of God. Okay? Doesn't think of genius to see the Bible is a story with a moral. And that moral is these are the traits of God's chosen people. Not whoever calls themselves Jews or whites, or whatever they're trying to do, whoever's trying to do it these days. But these traits of righteousness and justice, like in Isaiah, where God looked for righteousness and justice in the vineyard. Jesus waging war with justice in Revelations. And Isaiah says he's going to speed the cause of justice and righteousness. He's going to judge the poor fairly, and so on and so forth. Okay? That the spirit transcends the flesh. Okay? And so on and so forth. So they kept doing me wrong. Okay? They kept doing my people wrong. Instead of me being filthy rich, my dad's a brain surgeon almost 50 years, and we're not filthy rich. Okay? And he's not exactly a big spender. They kept coming together as groups and saying, you're the only people with balls swinging on the planet. You and your father are the last man standing, and you're showing us up, so we're going to come together to extort you. They're on some bitch-ass little troll-ass shit. Kind of Gilligan's Island fucking tie up the fucking giant type of bitch shit. I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about the heart of a giant, the true existence of a giant. Okay? They're on some bitch-ass shit. The inhabitants of the world, even in their own book, the Bible, they say, how long in Revelation till you judge the inhabitants of the world and avenge the blood of the righteous? They're not talking about the average Christian in church. They're the people helping doing it. Okay, corrupt cops go to church, corrupt military. Horrible people. People plug kids in churches. People who cheat me out of my right to lead. People who team up together and help them extort me and my family after my tribe is the most abused tribe in the history of the world. Okay? The most abused. The rest of the world got together and said, no, we're not going to give you your place. We're in rebellion. We'll start swinging from a ceiling fan like a bunch of unevolved bitches. Okay? There's no excuse for what they've done. Okay, that's why set is a play on word for shit. The settler, they settle, the setup, set the stage, right? Theater arts. They don't believe in giving people their actual place based on focus, moral intensity, and righteousness. These people do not have the the masculinity, the manhood, the heart, the willpower, the virtue, the balls to do the right thing. The in virtue means man. They are not true men. I am who I am. I'm the last man. I'm the second. Me and my father, the last two men standing. And I'm the last person doing the right thing ever. No one could possibly do the right thing after I die. That's why evil is live spelled backwards. Because there's no moral path. Okay, when you try to pray, the Lord detests the prayer of the wicked. The offspring of the wicked will perish. They cannot connect to God. Okay, read your Bible carefully. Psalms and Proverbs, read them carefully. Proverbs is to understand everything. Read Proverbs 1 through 7 is to understand the parables and the sayings of the wise. You can't just set it aside. Jesus himself, I couldn't set it aside. These are universal truths. After I'm gone, what will have happened is they'll have completed betraying the royal line of the Igbo tribe. The divine verdict on my lips will have overkilled it. There is no moral path. Them and their offspring are permanently on bitch status. And there is nothing anyone can do about that. God will never forsake the righteous for the offspring of the wicked, who he has said will perish. That's the moral of the story, and is also a universal moral truth. 7 seals are called seals for a reason. The old earth passes away because it's now the realm of the dead. There's a new place for the righteous to exist, where there's no more bitch they got discarded and will be tortured forever for their treachery, because it's not enough to just blot them out after what they've done. They believed in their hearts that there isn't a God that they must try their hardest to serve, and that with the one life they live, they're going to rebel, they're going to abuse the most righteous people. They come from a long line of people that did this, okay, all the way up until the end in the information age in 2020. Thousands and thousands and perhaps millions of people know who I am by now, and all of them are sucking a new world order pedophile dick, okay, and get fucked right in the ass by Satanists, literally and otherwise. There is no excuse for that kind of pitiful existence. When you have one life to live, whether or not you believe in God, you stupid fucks. You try to be as righteous as you can. You try to serve God as best you can. You raise your attractive daughters especially, not to shun the righteous, but to shun evil. Google Bible shun evil. It's there. You're supposed to shun them, not me. And now you people are going to pay the price forever in the afterlife. You stupid motherfuckers.